All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to BMRL Network. We're here with the final race of the week as we head into Christmas here on Wednesday. This is the BNR Cup Series on Sunday night. Qualifying is about to start, and it looks like some drivers headed onto the track. There we go. There's Aaron Bradford hitting the track for his first lap here qualifying as he comes around. Headed out of turn 4. Going to take the green flag. Green flag is out for Aaron Bradford. Going to ride that high line through 1 and 2. Now these drivers have to watch out for that backstretch wall out of turn 2. And also out of turn 4, that wall. They like to eat the right sides of these cars. And there's his first timed lap, and it's going to be a 24.33 as of right now on the top spot. William Roberts a 25.44. About a second and 1/10 off of Aaron here. Xavion also on the track, but here comes Aaron Bradford around turn 4 across the start finish line. Checkered flag waves. A 24.24 for Aaron Bradford. Pete Woodrum jumps up there with a 24.22 as he enters turn 3. He's going to ride a lower to mid line. A little bit of a different approach here for him. His final time, 24.10. That's going to be good enough for the top spot at the moment. Brian Huntley on track. Looks like Joshua Small, his first lap took him to the top, but Chris Campbell gonna take that top spot back. But here comes Josh Small, checkered flag. And he's gonna get a 24.19, slower than his first lap. Brandon Moore, a 24.11 on his opening lap. Here he comes across the start finish line, checkered flag. 24.70, that's also slower than his initial lap. Jeff Gilmore, green flag or white flag in the air. Nope, that was his green flag actually. Here he comes around turn 4. White flag is out for Jeff Gilmore. 1 lap to go. 24.04. That puts him in the 5th place position at the moment. And here he comes into turn 3, out of 3 into turn 4. Going to ride that low line also. Out of turn 4, down the front stretch. Start finish line, checkered flag is out for Jeff Gilmore. At 23.85. That's going to put him up in the 1st position. So far, Jeff Gilmore on the pole with 3 guys left to qualify. Bill Hales is one of them. Here he comes down the start-finish line. Green flag for Bill. And Bill Hales, can he put down a top spot here? 2 wins on the season coming at Vegas and last week. Start finish line, white flag is out for Bill, a 25.47. Mentioned Bill Hales, a 2-time winner here at Atlanta last week and Las Vegas earlier this season. Can Bill find himself in victory lane? Here he comes out of turn 4, down the front stretch. Start finish line, checkered flag for Bill Hales in his final time. That 25.37, that's 13th position for him. Jason Pearson, the only one of this 18-car field that has not yet qualified. So far, Jeff Gilmore holding onto that top spot by 0.03 of a second. And it looks like that's going to be it as we get ready for the grid here. Let's go ahead and we're going to walk down this grid. All right, Jeff Gilmore going to get the pole with a 23.854. And Christopher Campbell in second place. Looking back at row 2, we got Dale Rapp and Anthony Lane. And row 3, Joshua Small and Pete Woodrum. Looking back at row 4, Brandon Moore and Joshua Highball. Row 5 has James Hudson and Aaron Bradford. In row 6, we got Robert Amaral and Matt Bryant. In row 7, Bill Hales and William Roberts. Row 8, Brian Huntley Jr. and Xavier Zelgado. And last but not least, in 17th position, Richard Johns and Jason Pearson. All right, we've got 150 laps here, 150 miles at good old Dover, the Monster Mile they call it. Our drivers are on the track. Alright, we're ready to go racing in what should be another great race this season. Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Happy holidays. Hopefully everyone is ready for this week. Hopefully everyone stays safe if you're traveling after tonight. If you're traveling while watching this, focus on that road. Not this road, the road that you're driving on. Alright, Jeff Gilmore, Chris Campbell taking him to the start-finish line. Green flag is out, 150 laps here at Dover. Alright, and just like that, Jeff Gilmore riding out in front. We are single file. But here comes Christopher Campbell. Got some great action as drivers already picking up positions. Bill Hales right there in the center of your... Oh, we got some action up in the front, some wall riding. But Bill Hales right there already up 2 positions. Oh, and the 5 in the wall. That's Aaron Bradford up in the wall in turns 1. Bill Hales on the move. He's hunting down Joshua Highball right there in front of him in the 83. Joshua already fallen back 2 positions. Aaron Bradford in the 5 having contact with that wall has already lost 5 positions. We saw him ride that mid to high line during qualifying. The 71 William Roberts already got some damage on that thing. Let's see if we can find out what happened here. Oh, we're gonna get a little loose. Ooh, into that inside wall. Will taking it easy right now as Jeff Gilmore and the front runners are chasing him down with a rapid pace. Woodrum for a moment there. I thought he was a lap car. He was right in that bottom line on the backstretch. Alright, 12 laps down. A little bit of race info for you guys. Like always, we got 70% fuel, 4 sets of tires, 0 fast repairs, and 3 green-white checkers. These drivers will roughly need a pit around lap 40. William Roberts is on pit road getting that stuff fixed. Joshua Highball gets around Brandon Moore. And Bill Hales also up 3 positions as Brandon Moore looks up underneath Joshua Highball. Brandon, a little bit of looseness coming out of the corner exit. Oh, Highball up the track. Can he keep it off the wall on the exit? And he's gonna brush it a little bit there, it looks like, on the rear end of that car.
Yellow flag is out.
Oh, and yellow flag is out for the 28 of Joshua Small. Alright, sorry about that. Joshua Small. See what happens to the 28 here. All on turn number 2. Comes out of that corner exit here. And it looks like he just turns it left a little bit too much. Gets loose, trying to stay away from that wall. And he's going to overcorrect it. Going down the backstretch. Ooh, and he's going to take... Nope. He's not going to take a hard hit to that wall. He's going to save it off of that outside wall, which right here was probably the reason he's still going to be in this thing. He was able to save it and not hit anything. I don't even think he touched the wall at all. That car did not touch any walls. But Bill Hale is going to find himself up in the front. This man's been used to it all season long. I think he's one of the only 3 drivers that have 2 wins on the season. Bill Hales, Brandon Moore, I don't see our other one. He's not in here. Ryan Rose and Nathan Alul. All 4 of those guys have 2 wins on the season. All right, 21 laps down. We're going to take the green flag at lap 22. It's some awesome racing so far. Everyone from 4th place back has come down pit road. 4th through 6th took fuel only, and everyone else taking tires already.
Green flag, green flag. Yellow flag is out.
Alright, I am back. Sorry, I had an emergency to go take care of. And we are under caution yet again here for Pete Woodrum this time. And Dale Rapp. Alright, so let's go and check out. Oh. So looks like the 68 of Christopher Campbell gets up underneath Dale Rapp. Dale hard into that outside wall. And then the number 1 of Pete Woodrum, nowhere to go, just slams into him. Ooh, the 5 barely gets by. Oh, and the 77 not so lucky. Richard Johns right into the back panel of the number 1 car there. Or I mean, Robert Amaral. Alright, look who's in the front. Brian Huntley. Well, I was gonna play a sound from the soundboard, but I can't find an appropriate one. All right. The 12 and 13 on the front row here. Brian Huntley and Jason Pearson, followed by James Hudson and Matt Bryant. And here we go. 30 laps down, 119 left to go. Brian Huntley, green flag is out.
Green flag, green flag.
Both guys on the front row with a great jump on the start. Brian gonna really have that preferred line going into turns 1 and 2. Down the backstretch, Brian swings it up high. Will the 13 of Jason go down low? He does not. He's gonna go up towards the middle line. Brian holding that inside line tight. Down the front stretch, Brian gonna lead a lap here. Jason's still looking for a hole. There's nothing. Jason's gonna have to beat Brian down low, and it's not gonna work. Spoke to Brian earlier today. He's tired of wrecking. He's tired of being wrecked. This guy's on a on a proud to win here. Brian, oh, here we go. The 13, Jason going down low. What does Brian do? Brian up in the marbles, gonna go up to the top of the track here. Alright, let's look a little bit back further down the field here. So far, our biggest mover tonight is Jason Pearson, up 17 positions. He's leading this thing. Oh my goodness. I muted myself because I was taking a drink and I forgot to unmute myself. Oh my goodness, I've been talking about these drivers hitting the wall and whatnot. Oh, that hurts. Joshua Small up to the 6th position. He's underneath the 54 of Matt Bryant. He takes that position with ease. The 28 on a big run here. And Brandon Moore also on a big run. But let's kind of step back here real quick, and we're going to talk about this man on your screen. Winning Atlanta, winning Las Vegas. One of 4 drivers to win 2 races this season. Can he be the one and only to make it 3 here tonight? As he sets his sights on that 13. And I'll tell you, he is closing in on that 13. Let's go ahead and we're going to take a look at our tower here so you guys can see just how that time between both of these drivers is. As we kind of settle into a groove here. For some of these drivers on the track, it's now been 30 laps since they last pit. So I take it with everybody, that pit window's going to open up in the next, I'm going to say 10 to 20 laps. Alright, our top 4 drivers still have not come down pit road. That's the thing about this pit road. Green flag pit stops here could put you 2 laps down. The 83 of Joshua Highball. 1 lap down. The 13 of Jason Pearson is also 1 lap down. The 28 of Josh Small goes up the track and allows these 2 to pass. That's the number 4 of Xavier Zelgado. And the 13 of Jason Pearson. Bill Hales still has not come down pit road. Bill Hill's last pit on lap 28. Here it is, lap 92, almost 70 laps since he last came in. And here he comes, 62 laps on this fuel tank. Did Bill Hales get slowed down enough though? Guess we're gonna find out when he sits on his pit box here. How long is he gonna sit for? Alright, and Bill Hales is off. Will he make it out in front of the 13? And he will not. But what does this mean for Bill here? This was his final pit stop possibly, as he's got 66 laps to go. He went 68 laps. And Aaron Bradford last pitted at lap number 28. He's only going to need to make one more stop when he comes in. But the only thing bad about that is he's losing precious time And he is still out there, Aaron Bradford. And here he comes down pit road. Alright, looks like Aaron Bradford came out in the 7th position. Brian Huntley Jr. all the way up to the 8th position. But Jason Pearson continues to be the leader, and he is our biggest mover. Still at 17 positions. $112 laps down out of 150. Looks like William Roberts back down off the back off the pit road. All right, we're gonna step away real quick, and we're gonna crank it up.
Yellow flag is out.
Alright, we're going to have to interrupt this, crank it up for a wreck on the track. Yellow flag is out for a lot of drivers involved here. Brian Huntley, unfortunately, involved. Go back here and check out what happened. Oh my goodness. Oh, and Brian, hard damage to the front right. What happened here, guys? Let's ride on board with William here. Oof. And Brian trying to go down low. He just can't though. But it looks like if we rewind it a little bit, we have Brandon Moore. Oh, Brandon Moore and the 28 involved in this. The 28, I think, is the car sitting on the track. No, he's not. Looks like Joshua Highball. Unfortunate there. But that's gonna bring everybody in, which they've already pit. And Bill Hale's out first.
Green, green, green.
And here we go, only 2 rows. Only 1 row of 2 wide. There's Bill Hales and Jason Pearson. Jason surges out in front though. Can Bill fight him off? Gonna come around the track with 20 laps to go. Jason off the wall once again. Off the wall again. Jason really beating that wall down. And again. Joshua Small, the last car on the lead lap. Aaron Bradford, after falling back 7 positions after the green flag, running into the wall on lap 2 or 3. He's going to find himself in the 3rd position, being chased by Joshua Small there behind him. Jason looking back on the outside. He's going to look underneath. Bill's gonna stay there on his outside. Jason's gonna dive in deep on this corner. I didn't even notice there's only 7 drivers on the track right now. If you keep on hearing a woo woo in the background, I just got a 3D printer as an early Christmas present, and it's printing a Christmas present for my son, so hear that in the background, I apologize. Alright, now only 3 cars on the lead lap. Bill Hales with 5 laps to go, still trying to chase down Jason. Alright, 2 laps to go. Can Bill do it? Or will Jason get win number 1 of the season for him? Bill up into the wall. Can Jason get his first win here? Final lap, turn 2, exit. And Jason Pearson, oh, he gets a little loose. Here comes Bill. Oh, up into the wall. Jason Pearson gonna get his first win of the season. All right, Bill Hales almost getting win number 3 in the season, man. A little bit too short, but second place nonetheless. Congratulations.
Yeah, man, it was a good race, great points night. Yeah, that caution in the end killed me, but I didn't have the short run speed like Jason. So when we did that restart, I let him go on the inside, and I figured that I could maybe get back to him, but there just weren't enough laps. But a great win by Jason and great points night. So we'll move on to the next race, and yeah, it was a good race.
Definitely was. Only 7 cars on the track there at the end. It looked like quite a few got caught up in that late race caution that came out there with about 25 laps to go. I guess just kind of walk us through. I mean, how was the track tonight? How was track position? And yeah.
Well, it was like driving on the sun. The track was hot as hell, and after about 10 laps, you were loose as hell. So I basically backed up the corner to the drop the green flag and just tried to wrap the white line as usual, and it worked out good. I was working my way up to the front, and then on the long runs, it was just a matter of time that I could catch Jason and get around him. But when you have a caution with 20 laps to go, short run speed is the killer to people like me that like long runs. But all in all, it was a good night. Again, the track was hot. I think the track temp was like 124, 125, so it was pretty hot. But it was a good race. Don't really know what happened. I think somebody was trying to get in the pits and missed a pitch and try to come back up. Well, try to stop and slid up the track, and it caused a little bit of chaos. But track's very, very tight. But it was a great race. I enjoyed it. So we'll look forward to a couple weeks. I think we're off next week for Christmas or for New Year's. I'm not sure.
Yes. Yep. Off next Sunday night. Um. But yeah, before I let you go, you got anyone you want to give a shout out to or a thank you to?
Thanks to the BNR Cup Series League. I enjoy it. It's a great league, great guys. Again, everything you guys do with the stream, I'll probably sit back and watch it sometime this week. And again, thank the wife. Her name, our companies are on the car, M&H Construction and Melanie House Photography. And look forward to seeing you in a couple weeks, bud.
All right, man. It's Watkins Glen up next. How you gonna do at the road course?
I did pretty good. I think I finished fifth or sixth at the Roval after taking some damage on the first lap. My own stupidity. Didn't let the tires get warm and stuck the nose in the wall, damaged it a little bit. But I like Watkins Glen. It's like a high speed road course. So we'll see how it goes. I think the thing there's going to be to qualify, try to get up front, get out of the chaos, and just try to stay there and get a good maybe top 5, top 10 finish and move on to the next race.
All right, man. Well, congratulations and Merry Christmas, and we'll see you here in about 2 weeks.
You too, Chris. Merry Christmas, bud. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
I'd always laugh back.
Oh, sorry, I just yanked
Oh,
you.
you're good. You're good. You're good.
All right, Josh, getting third place here tonight. Congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you. It wasn't easy, I'll tell you that. Within the first 10 laps, 15 laps, I ended up having a self spin, which was very unexpected. Actually, track was hot. It was like 124 degrees, I do believe, is what it was when we started. Very very hot, slick track, which is fine. We've raced here before in similar temps, but the front was just so tight. I was loose on entry, which I was able to get the entries fine, tight in the center and tight on exit on the front end, on the front half of the track, especially 1 and 2. 3 and 4, I was neutral with a little tightness off in the long run, but I had to back down. I can get 10 good strong consecutive laps. I'm trying to hold pace and if not gain ground on the positions in front of me. But towards the end there, we got that late caution. That actually helped because I had no tires. I had 65 laps or 63 laps on my last set of tires. Um, so yeah, it was that caution. Well, my self spin at the beginning of the race actually threw my strategy off because I was actually on a 2-stop strategy, 2 for tires and fuel, and to set up with an extra set in the bank for a green white checkered, shootout. Unfortunately, with the self spin, unexpectedly, so it kind of threw a corkscrew into the strategy that I had. JP though, man, first race back. After being off the majority of the season, congrats to JP, man, because he all the way from the back all the way to the front. Congrats to JP. My other teammate Chris, he ended up getting caught up in one of the earlier wrecks. With him and Gilmore, I do believe, in one of the spins on the bottom there coming out of 4. But I think I was able to salvage a great finish, which I needed for points to set us up for the next race. Hopefully we can carry on the momentum to the next track, which I don't believe is my strong suit.
Watkins Glen.
Yeah, I'm not a good road course racer.
Me either. I think the Glen out of all the road courses is my favorite, but
It is. It's my favorite too because it's the most easiest to run in. I run third and fourth a lot there in the next gen. I don't really touch fifth a whole lot, maybe in some of the straightaways if I get in a draft or whatever, but I run mostly third and fourth gear there to try to keep the RPMs down to keep me from wheel spin. I have a lot of problem with wheel spin and braking. My braking is not as advanced as it needs to be to do road course racing, but for some reason in next gen I found if I lift early, downshift a couple of gears, I can maneuver the car a lot, and as long as I keep my foot off the throttle and don't floor it, I do okay. I'm getting better at trail braking, which I was doing a lot of that tonight, which is probably why I spun out because I probably got in the throttle a little too early. But you know, as long as I finish the race, that's all that matters.
right. Yeah, especially like you're mentioning braking zones there at Watkins Glen, especially that downhill into turn 1. That's probably one of the hardest turns for me to hit myself.
Yeah,
You
turn
just
1 is pretty vicious, and the carousel is too, because a lot of people trail brake through the carousel, and a lot of people either upshift or downshift, and they stay quarter throttle. Um, it's it all depends on how you exit the chicane there going into the carousel. Because if you enter off of the rumble strip, it wants to throw you out, and then you gotta arc it really hard in. Or if you come off to the left of the rumble strip, and then you try to arc it down in to diamond the corner, you can get loose on corner just like you can get loose on exit of the carousel. And you try to run the middle, then you're on uneven pavement, and that elevation kind of throws you off too. So it's all throttling that you got to pay attention to. That on all the console games, you didn't get that detail. You can just floor it and go.
right.
That's what I like about iRacing. You get small details. You gotta use your throttling, and you gotta be smart about it, which I try to do on this one. I made a little mistake, which I don't know what mistake I did to upset the car to make me spin out. Luckily, I was able to keep it off the wall and not collect anybody, and then salvage a P3 at the end of the race. So I think overall it was a good day and a great points day.
It definitely is. Top 3 finish. Yeah, it's definitely a great points night for you. And yeah, like one hell of a bounce back after that self spin, which when watching the replay, you did everything right to keep that thing off the wall.
Oh, I tell you what, I was turning the wheel so quick. I was holding it, and then the car overcorrected, and I was like, "Well, I have to turn." And the guys in the chat, they're like, "Hold it, Josh, hold it," and I'm spinning the wheel, and I'm like, "Uh-oh, please don't hit me, please don't hit me," and I overcorrected again, and then I slid down in the pit road there and on the apron. I thought for sure I was gonna get hit with a speeding penalty because I do believe I hit the cone. But I think because I was sliding, I slid in just under the speed. I'm actually gonna go review the wreck and see how I managed to do that because I just got lucky, and sometimes in racing you need a little luck too. So,
Exactly. All
but
right, man.
like I said, it was a great race. I want to congratulate JP again, and can't thank you enough for broadcasting. Hopefully we put on a good show for you. We only had what 3 cautions tonight.
Thanks. Yes.
Yeah, so we did minimal cautions. One of them wadded up a good handful of cars. Hopefully the guys that watch, because a lot of people they want to see wrecks. So hopefully they'll be like, oh, okay, there's a couple, and then go on to the next one. But I think we'll have more wrecks next week because it's a road course. Next gen's not really good breaking cars.
All right, man. Before I let you go and celebrate this top 3, you got anyone else you want to give a shout out to or thank you to?
Yeah, Brian for putting this on and letting me help out with it. Also, try to keep all these guys going and keeping everybody up to par and up to speed with everything. Uh, you for putting on a heck of a broadcast, and hopefully we don't make it, too big of a pain in the butt for you. Bradford had a good race there. I know he's been fighting with me the past few races for some good finishes. And just all the guys for showing up and just putting on good shows. I know sometimes we have hectic races, but it's racing, man. These guys, if we can get them to stay level-headed, man, we got a solid core group that is very, very, very competitive. So hopefully from here on out and for more seasons to come, we can put on great shows.
All right, man. Well, congratulations getting that top 3 finish here tonight. Way to bounce back from an earlier incident, and we're gonna be off this coming Sunday, and so we'll see you back, I guess, in the new year for Watkins Glen.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it, and hopefully I'll be ready for Watkins Glen. Hopefully I can take it off time and do some practicing and be somewhat competitive.
All right, man. Well, we look forward to seeing you. Maybe we'll see you here back in the booth again in 2 weeks.
All right, man. We're gonna try. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
You too, brother. You have a good one.
Thank you. You too. All right, and now our winner, Jason. Jason, you got the your first win of the season, man. Congratulations.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it. Oof, oof, oof. Big dogs in the house.
Man, it was I think you biggest mover tonight, actually, up 17 positions, which was pretty much every spot on the track here tonight. Man.
Yeah, I had a bad qualifying effort there and ended up slapping the wall, and I just gave up on it. I like hell. I just start in the back, which I don't really race on Sundays because I have to work on Sunday nights. But tonight is a rare race. I actually showed up. Glad it turned out the way it did.
Yeah, man. I was talking to Bill here, and he was saying that you had just like outstanding short run speed, and by the looks of it, I mean every restart where you were, having to start on P2, you were quickly around that guy for P1.
Oh yeah, I on that last restart, I knew he was going to go ahead and try to snatch that inside. And I didn't want to try to make it harder on myself, burning my tires up on that outside as much as I could, even though we only had like 20-something laps to go. So I went ahead and let him get on by, and I figured if I pushed him hard enough, he ended up pushing his just a little bit harder than what he wanted to anyway. And yeah, it worked out in our favor. And I knew once I got around him, I could pull away slowly, and that's exactly how it all ended up. He put on a hell of a race, though, man. I don't think I've ever run with him before, but that was fun. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was fun to watch those last. I was kind of hard to move my attention away from you guys for the last 20 laps there, but it was great racing here. I mean, Dover always, I think, gives out good racing. You really have to fight that turn 4 and turn 2 exit to stay off that straightaway wall.
Yeah, there's a reason why they call it Miles the Monster, man. Which I've always loved Dover. Every time we come here, I remember a few weeks back, it was on the officials, and I think I just sit here all day long and just run it every 2 hours. Every race, I was running it wide open, just nonstop. That's how much I love Dover.
All right, man. Well, we're off next week, but we'll be back in 2 Sundays for Watkins Glen. Are you gonna possibly be at that one?
I'm gonna try my best. I ain't gonna give no for sure answers or anything, but yeah, we're gonna give it our best shot.
All right, man. You got anybody you want to give a shout out to or a thank you to?
All my friends and family. Shout out big shout out to Tom out there if he's listening. Setup man. BNR crew, all my buddies over here, good friends, my kids, Big Dogs Gaming. Oof, 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 oof. Let's do it.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. Go celebrate this win, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you.
Yes, sir. Happy holidays and Merry Christmas to you and your family too as well, brother. Y'all have a good one.
All right, man. Thank you, and congratulations once again.
Thank you, brother. Thank you.
Alrighty. That's about it here tonight from Dover for the BNR Cup Series here on BMRL Network. Make sure you all, anyone who is traveling after tonight's race, any of you racers out there, drivers, make sure you drive safe and Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Yeah. Just make sure you drive safe, get to your destinations all right, and hopefully everyone has a great week and a great next week. And we'll see you back here in 2025 for Watkins Glen.